Really? Yes. Huh? This? Yeah, that was sitting I should sit between chairman and Ario, you come on this side. Get here and come on this side. Bring the same shit. Look, bring it on this side. Which one? Yeah, it's on.
Pleasant good morning, everyone. I'd like to take this opportunity this morning in welcoming His Excellency, the President of Guyana and his team to Bonasika this morning And you, the resident, we are more so happy to have you here. At this time, we'll have a brief remarks from the regional chairman.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. His Excellency, Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali, President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, Honorable Minister of Agriculture, Minister Zulfikar, Honorable Minister in Local Government, Minister Anand Prasad, Director of Agriculture, Ricky Ramraj. I acknowledge Mr. Lionel, the REO, Lal, who is integrally involved in the drainage system in this region. I take this opportunity to welcome all of you here this morning as we present ourselves to listen to His Excellency and the Ministers of Government as it relates to what is going on in this country, more so in Region 3, and especially in your community. First of all, I'm happy to acknowledge and to remember when His Excellency came here, we were in opposition. When you have laid out your problems and he had listened to you attentively and he had taken note of your problems and he had made some promises that things will be better once we go in back government. I must applaud you to support this party, and your continuous support is of utmost importance. And through your help, we are able, the People's Progressive Party, were able to go in government. And as such, His Excellency was able to deliver to you. And I recall vividly also when the other Honorable Minister, Minister Zulfi, was in here, and he came and listened to you, and he was able to execute all the promises that His Excellency have made to y'all when we are in opposition. I must acknowledge that. We cannot deny the development and the transformation, what is taking place in Region 3. I want to remind you, or to bring you up to par what is happening. We are in a better position in the health sector as I speak to you here this morning. And I want you to know that if you have difficulties, there's no need to panic, because the regional hospital, West Demerara, is offering a variety of services as we speak. I can recall in 2015 to 2020, when no services, or little or no services was given at the hospital. I'm proud to tell you as the regional chairman this morning that we have 24-hour theater services at the hospital and 2 operable theaters. And that is a big plus for this region and for the residents of this region. We have implemented system now that medication, drugs or medication reaches the outreach areas like Bonasika, Carrier, Saxakali in a timely manner. I must allude the effort of the REO, Mr. Ramdat, to put a lot of measures in place so that we can reach out to you in these far-flung communities in the health sector very quickly. I must also bring to your attention, under this government, we are advocating that we have to have a system to assist your children for higher education. It's about 3 terms now. Under this government, we are able to establish a dorms at Lenoro by the Lenoro Secondary School. These dorms were established or built there specifically for the Reverend area students so that they can further higher education. I beseech you, use the facilities that is there so your child or children can pursue education at a different level. All these things are being done because our president, your president, this country president has alluded to the fact that no community will be left behind. And that statement is being used in a holistic manner, that we cannot only look at one aspect, we have to look at it holistically, being in the education, being in the health sector, being in the farming sector, or what. And you agree with me, with all the difficulties that you had over the years under this government, that relief has come to you in terms of excavation work. I will not get in that. I think the minister will want to touch on that. As we stand here this morning, I must inform you that both schools in this creek will be rehabilitated. Contracts already been awarded for these schools to be rehabilitated. I must acknowledge Mr. Lal and Mr. Norman for the efforts that they are displaying in bringing certain facilities to you in this community. I am proud as a regional chairman that my government and your government is able to reach out to you in a positive way, a way that is impacting in your lives positively, and the way that is impacting you as an elevation for better things to come. I want to touch on 2 points. Bonasika is not only growing economically, and I'm proud that for the first time, to my knowledge, if it's happened before, I don't know, that you had representation at the People's Progressive Congress. Give her a round of applause. I am proud also to tell you, as we speak here, your membership is 116 in this creek here. And then I have 30 more applications for membership to the People's Progressive Party C. So I would like to express appreciation for your commitment and dedication to the party. Because of your commitment and dedication, you are able to bring back a democratic government where it is bearing fruit now with all the facilities that is being given to you. I would like to thank you very much to be here this morning. I just have to give remarks. We have the biggest speakers to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Regional Chairman. I guess you could do better than that for Regional Chairman. At this time, you welcome Minister Annan to the mic, please.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair, His Excellency the President, my colleague ministers, but most importantly, you, the people, the residents of Bonasika. I am extremely pleased to be amongst you this morning and to say how happy we are, and I'm pretty sure that all of you are extremely happy and grateful for what this government is doing for the people, not only of Bonasika, but throughout the length and breadth of Guyana, led under the stewardship of no other than His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali. This is just one of the many visits that His Excellency and his government is doing throughout Guyana. But most importantly, we are bent on the development and the transformation of this country in all the sectors. In agriculture, and the Minister of Agriculture will speak more on that. In healthcare, we are going to, and we have started, to bring the best healthcare in this country, world-class healthcare to the people of this country. Education. We are also investing billions of dollars in the education sector. And it is very important that you send your children to school, because we know that they are the leaders of tomorrow. And education is important. In local government, you would find that a lot of schools are being repaired, a lot of health centers are being repaired and new ones being built. And we intend to continue along that road to ensure that our people throughout Guyana benefit from the economy that we are experiencing right now. I want to implore upon you to continue to work hard. Food security is important, and the President, I'm pretty sure, will speak more on that. And we are grateful for what you, the people of Bonasika, are doing, and we will continue to support you in whatever endeavor you, what part you take. With that, I want to thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister Annan, for that wonderful speech. At this time, we'll invite the Minister of Agriculture to give us his speech.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair, His Excellency President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, colleagues, officers from the agencies, and more importantly, residents of Bonasika. First of all, let me join with the chairperson to welcome you to this meeting. And on your behalf, I want you to give a rousing rounds of applause to the President. He is here this morning to see the work he has instructed us to do. And I want to begin by saying the regional chairman just said that when we were in opposition, the President at that time was the presidential candidate for the People's Progressive Party, Civic. He came to this community, listened to your concern, and made a commitment that when we go into government, we will ensure that we deliver on those commitments that he has made. And today, as Minister of Agriculture, I'm happy to say that we have delivered all the commitment that the President would have made at that time. I know what this tells us. This tells us that we have a President who is not only coming around, listening to issues, and when he leaves, he say that that's okay. He ensure that he follow up, and he send his ministers and officers to look at those issues and deliver. I know for a fact that this community, we have expended almost $1 billion in this community to enhance the entire agriculture sector for you, the community, you, the residents here. We know the crops that you have been planting. When I came here, I came with clear instructions from the President. He said, come, listen to the community. I've already made commitment to them, and ensure that you execute these commitments. And I am saying, and as I'm speaking here today, works are continuing in this community. Works are still going on in this community. And that only one area. That is only Bonasika. And Bonasika is a small community in our country. Remember that. And we have thousands of communities across our country. And today is another day of the President's visit to a community in Guyana. Yesterday he was in Region 3 doing some visits across and looking at some projects. Last week he was in Crabwood Creek on the quarantine, and he was on the East Coast looking 5 o'clock in the morning, meeting fisher folks and looking at the Mandripo market to see how we can finish that project. Before that, he was in Region 7. Why I'm making this comment, raising this issue or informing you of these outreaches? Because we have a President who cares for his people, and today I am happy as a member of his cabinet, as a member of this PPP civic government, for the first time in the history of this country, under the presidency of Dr. Irfan Ali, we have almost complete all the commitment we have made in our manifesto when we went to the election. And what we are doing now, we are doing new things. We are executing new projects. We are not only, when we went to the election, in the campaign in 2020, that the commitment we have made to the people, that we finished that. We are doing new things. The chairman spoke about the hospital, the health sector. You see massive development and transformation happening in our health sector, and you'll see more development in the education sector. We are now looking, you can be in your home Your children can be in the most remote place in Guyana. As long as we have the Wi-Fi, they can study at a university overseas and gain a degree, a diploma, or a master, any qualification. That is because of the PPP civic government, the interest that we are showing to the people and the investment that we are making to the people in our country. So when you look not only one sector, but every single sector in our country, we are seeing transformation. We are seeing massive development taking place. And you, here in Bonasika, as I said, we did over 1,000 rods of drainage for the farmers in this community. When we came, some of the farmers said they want to start poultry, they want to involve in livestock farming. We started out with the Black Giant program. Over 300 households to date from 2022 would have received a number of Black Giant chicks. We shared out planting material. And for the first time, we are looking to make planting material free of cost to the farmers in our country. We are looking for the farmers to concentrate, not only to do everything under the sun, and you can make a profit. We are looking for you to concentrate on certain crops, certain lucrative crops, certain crops that will bring you more money, and we will find the market for you. When I came here, I remember I told you that we should go into certain crops that we in the Caribbean now. As you all would have listening to the president and other leaders, that we are working to reduce the food import bill of CARICOM. And if that has to be successful, then Guyana has to be successful. Guyana is seen as the food capital in the Caribbean. And I can remember when we took government in 2020, Guyana had lost its place in CARICOM in terms of leading the agriculture sector. You know what is happening today? The entire CARICOM is looking to Guyana for that leadership because of the role our president is playing. He's leading once again the agriculture sector, the food security sector. So much so that he was recently awarded by ICA, 34 countries in Latin America and the Caribbean, awarded the first president in Latin America and the Caribbean, Guyana's president, in that big award that they gave in Costa Rica last year. That's a plus for us. So comrades, as I said, I can list all the issues. I know for a fact, as I said, we started the program. We started the citrus program with you all. We are looking to improve and increase ginger production. The president will speak more about it. We are looking to increase these banana production and a number of other crops that we are looking at so that you can have more money. We are looking now not only for you to produce primary production or primary crops, just produce the crop and sell it to the market. We want you all now to add value to it. We want you all to add to process those crops so you'll have more value. So those are the things we are looking at. Today, as I'm speaking now, works are going on to build a food hub in Guyana. If we are building a food hub, then you, the farmers, will have to contribute and produce so that we can ensure that that food hub supply the Caribbean. We are now looking at various parts of the Caribbean where we can supply various production in various crops. And you will be very important. That is why we are here this morning. Next 2 days we will be in the Demerara River. The president will be in the Demerara River, going through there to meet farmers. Although we are now an oil and gas producing country, and the last government would have said that all the revenue and everything will come from oil and gas. Oil and gas is important for us. We'll get revenue. But how you use the revenue? And today we are seeing that the profit and the revenue coming out of the oil and gas sector is being used wisely to develop the other sector, especially agriculture, the food sector, because this is an important sector for us. Without this sector, we cannot be food secure. And we are very fortunate that we have someone who is leading us, who have a passion for agriculture. He will be in his office or he will call you at midnight and tell you what is happening in this community, how we can improve the lots of the farmers in this community, how we can help them to improve their crops, how we can help them to improve their yield. These are the ideas not only coming out of the technical officers and the agronomists. These are ideas coming directly to the president, from the president. Last week we were in Crabwood Creek. The president was walking around Crabwood Creek. We were looking at certain projects. And he told me that, look, I want you to come back here in a couple of days and we should get the small farmers to launch a pepper program, a hot pepper program, where we'll have farmers produce pepper to sell to the processing plant that we have now in Blackbush Polder, in their backyards. Each shade house will have approximately 400 pepper plants, producing about 3 to 4 pounds pepper per week. And that now we have ready market. That's the idea, that's the thinking of our president, how he could improve the lots of Guyanese and the farmers in our country. So as Minister of Agriculture, I have a lot of ideas coming from the president where I'm trying to implement it. We started a program now where we are producing prawns. We are not only doing crop production or the traditional crops, like what we used to produce for centuries and our foreparents came from overseas and brought to Guyana. We are increasing production in those areas, the traditional crop. But at the same time, we are going to new production, new crops. Now we are producing corn and soya. By next year, we will be self-sufficient in producing all our needs for corn and soya, to produce all the livestock feed in Guyana, where we can save almost between 40 to 50 million US dollars. We can also be a net exporter. Now we are seeing the president launch a program called the Agriculture Innovation Entrepreneurship Program. The Agriculture Entrepreneurship Innovation Program, where a lot of young people now are in this program. Over 400 young people have joined that program, where they are producing high-value crops, things like broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, lettuce, bell pepper, you name it. In 2021, we imported in this country $2.6 billion in those crops. Today, we are producing it and taking part and supplying markets in the hospitality industry, in the oil and gas industry. And we are seeing young people who would have went into tertiary institutions, places like the University of Guyana, the Guyana School of Agriculture, would have had their degree and diplomas, now are involved in agriculture. We will replicate that program. We are about to replicate that program in 3 other regions in this country. We have the largest hydroponics farm in the Caribbean right here in Guyana, producing 100,000 plantlets every crop in between 8 to 6 weeks. Now we are building 3 of those facilities, 3 of those farms in regions 2, 5, and 10, where young people will operate it. Young people will become the beneficiaries. As I'm speaking now, we went to Costa Rica. This president spoke to the Director General of ICA, and now we are building a disabled farm, where disabled people now will produce from that farm, and they will themselves will control that farm. These are the innovation we are bringing to this sector. These are the kind of progress and these are the kind of development that we are bringing. I know for a fact some of you all look stunned because you all want to listen to the president. I will be very not too long more. But I can tell you, comrades, this area here is a very important area. We have expended a lot of budgetary sum, and we will continue to support the farmers. We will continue to support the farmers. We will work with you. We will ensure that we provide the necessary facility. We build the necessary infrastructure so that you can produce. Because when you produce, Guyana will be able to satisfy the demands, not only locally, but regionally. The entire region now is dependent on Guyana, is looking towards Guyana for that leadership, and also look to us to produce the food that we want to reduce in the 25 by 2025. So as I said, for that program to be successful, we have to be successful. And I am very happy with the leadership our president is displaying, with what he is doing, and the program that he has. Guyana will be successful and CARICOM will be successful. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Minister. At this time, I would just like to stop for a while to acknowledge some persons that's very important to this community right now, who have done some excellent job in our community. In our presence is Mr. Lal and Mr. Lionel from DNI. They have done some excellent job in here where farmers were suffering, and we had a good work done. Along with Mr. Norman with the farmers group. And not last, but we need to recognize our REO and our regional chairman who worked very hard politically in our community. Because of him, we could have this development and we could have things go forward in this community. He is there for us, standing with us and work with us. At this time, I know all of you are waiting patiently to hear His Excellency, so we'll invite him to speak.
Thank you. Thank you very much, comrades. Please have your seats. First of all, let me say how pleased I am to return back to your community. Throughout my life, I've consistently visited Bonasika. From a young boy going to Hog Island. And I promise you during the campaign that I will definitely be back here with you. But we did not wait for my presence. We sent a team to discuss with you your priorities. Even after we had that discussion on what your needs were when we were in opposition. And based on the priorities you identified, we made all the investment in this area to make your lives easier and better. And I want to congratulate all of you for your hard work, to the extent that even academically now, from your community, we have some rising stars coming out who will do our country well and do you proud. When we assumed office, we said that no community, regardless of where you are, will be left behind. We said that we want to build a national program that brings prosperity to every home. Now, prosperity has a different look, depends on which geographic space you're in Guyana. Some people associate fancy buildings with prosperity. But in some communities, a well-drained and irrigated farm is your symbol of prosperity. A farm that is giving you 2 times the yield that it used to give you 5 years ago is your symbol of prosperity. Your ability to access health care is your symbol of prosperity. Your ability to access education is your symbol of prosperity. Involvement of women in the workforce, increasing disposable income at your home is your symbol of prosperity. And in every single community across this country, including yours, you can see representation and symbolic notions, physical notions of prosperity coming to every community in the last 4 years. And you really have to be against your conscience if you can't admit that we have seen tremendous growth and prosperity in every community. The conversation is changing now. It is no longer about only producing food. It is how we now translate production into storage, into add transportation to it, create higher value, and access more market. Because we know that agriculture and food production is going to be viable, profitable, and competitive. And we're investing in infrastructure to give you the best possible life in food production and agriculture. I want to congratulate the region, but very importantly, I want to congratulate the Ministry of Agriculture. Minister Zulfikar and his team has been doing enormous work all across this country. And they get a lot of harsh words from me too, because I believe in agriculture. But when you see the work that we're doing, and I'll come to that in a few moments, in this area alone, you know, this year in cassava, so far this year in cassava, Guyana has produced more than 20 million pounds of cassava so far this year. We've reaped 20 million pounds of cassava so far this year. We introduced a new yield, a new variety that has moved the yield from 15 tons per hectare to 30 tons per hectare. Double the yield. And we did not only do that, because we know when you have increased production, it can affect price. We have worked to stabilize the price by the government acquiring for communities that don't have and have higher prices, and processing the cassava into farine, and now we are having the opportunity of taking that farine into the Brazilian market. And I want to spend some time this morning discussing some of the future opportunities we have here for you. And I want young people and women, I want to see young people and women coming together as a group in this area, and we're going to work with you on creating a highly integrated farm of high value and great returns for you in this community. You know, you told me when I was here during the opposition days that no one from government came to see you. You reminded me that they took away the Because We Care grant from your children. You remember that? When I came that day, there were many persons with prescriptions in their hands for months that could not get the medication to fulfill those prescriptions. We have changed these things so quickly and so efficiently that sometimes people forget that chair will break anytime soon. You need to double it. It's a song of a cracking chair. I know it. At one time I used to break a lot of them. So we have changed things so quickly and efficiently that sometimes people forget just 3.5 years ago what was the circumstances. And let us take your community for example. 3.5 years ago, if you look at the regional budget and the central government budget, Erica, you remember? You would not have believed that this community existed because no allocation was made. Nothing for drainage. Hog Island was taken off the map. When we came back into office, the drainage canal became jungle. Farmers were abandoning the land. Today, we are putting back those lands into production, and farmers are once again back on the land producing. If you look at the Ministry of Education alone, and I wouldn't, Region Chairman, we don't even need to talk about the whole region. Let's talk about this community. In education alone, in your small community, We've invested more than $40 million in your community. Under the Because We Care grant that they took away, we have put back in the pockets of your children more than $15 million since we came back into government. $15 million went directly back in the pockets of your children. And you know, for some people, they don't know how important this is. But you in these communities understand how important this is. And we heard you when you said to us, we need to change the system to ensure that the school have material to support learning. So we changed the system, and since last year, we have transferred directly to the schools $1.8 million so they can have money to buy their learning material like chalk and all of these things, so you don't have that burden anymore. We have spent $10 million, more than $10 million on the repairs to the upper and lower Bonasika Nursery School. We have spent $13 million on the teachers' quarters. Of course, we have supported with the purchase of computers and other learning aid. Under the Ministry of Housing and Water, we have spent approximately $30 million. Drilling of a well and installation of a distribution system in Lower Bonasika, benefiting approximately 340 residents. The Bonasika Creek, they finish this? Well, this is programmed. What I can tell you is that this well is programmed, so that is something new that you're getting. Then we had the sea defense projects. We spent close to $50 million. Because when we were here in opposition, you raised issues in relation to the sea defense and the risk that it posed to you. Then we had, of course, the Ministry of Local Government and the regional RDC making investments in your region, in your area. Outside of that, we had the Ministry of Health that would have done some work on the health posts. And yes, there are more works that we have to get done in the community. I've asked them to complete an assessment before the end of this month to ensure that your health posts have proper washroom facility, sitting facility, and waiting facility. We want them to ensure, because we are training persons to have all your medication available right here in Bonasika every month, so that you can pick up your medication right here and you don't need to come out and go to Parika or go to West Ham Hospital. They have to implement that within the next month in all the riverine communities in Region 3. Wherever it does not exist or wherever it is inefficient, we want the regional health officer to do a register of all the residents in every community that need their medical supply, and they will have a system through which they will verify with those residents that they are receiving at the health center their medical supplies, because the government is investing in it. Your government is buying it on your behalf, and we have to ensure the system delivers so that you can get it. Now, you would have heard about the hundreds of millions of dollars that we spent on drainage and irrigation. But there are some things I want to talk to you about today. Because I want us to think about our future deeply. Beyond 2025. And with your support, we are going to be there beyond 2025 to build this future out. And what is the future we want? How do we see this area? And when I say about Bonasika now, I want you to listen carefully. Because we have to integrate all the islands around here. We have to build a production system that integrates all of the island production. Because if we are going to add value and create processing hub, we can't create processing hub on every island. But we can specialize on different islands in different things. And for us to achieve the market that we are setting ourselves to, we have to produce in large-scale production. The Minister of Agriculture told you that by the end of next year, we will not be importing corn and soya anymore for feed production. We will be producing all of that corn and soya right here, saving tens of millions of US dollars. Tens of millions of US dollars in import we'll be saving. Outside of that, by the end of this year, we'll be self-sufficient in black eye and red beans, saving tens of millions of US dollars in import. And by the end of next year, we will be able to supply at least 30% of the CARICOM market whilst being fully self-sufficient. Outside of black eye, red beans, corn and soya, we now want to be a major player in the aquaculture market. As a result, we are now working on producing our own feed that would reduce the cost of feed for aquaculture by more than 50%. And by September, this will be ready?
October.
By October of this year, that feed mill will be ready, and the cost of feed production for aquaculture will come down by 50%. These are the investments we are making to make things viable. And I will talk to you about how important these things are integrated into your own lives here. I spoke about cassava. We want to be able to move to large-scale production here. You have the perfect land, and you have taken up this challenge. We introduced cassava as a fairly new crop to you. And so far this year, you have produced more than, I'll tell you, I know you have produced about 50 tons of banana, more than 200,000 pounds of pumpkin, and in cassava and other provision, you have produced more than 120 tons. So you are making use of the investment we are making, and we are proud of this. But we have to triple this production. We have to triple this production. And we are going to support you tripling this production. So let me say this. We've introduced ginger here. And you're producing about 240,000 pounds of ginger annually. And I know one of your big issues in market, because you don't have the storage and processing facility, so you have to sell the ginger fresh. We are going to build in this area a processing facility so we can take the fresh ginger, dry it, and crush it, so we'll extend the storage time from weeks to months and access higher value market with the ginger. But to do this, we have to also agree that we can't have changing prices, depends on how we feel. As farmers and market, we have to set prices that are fair to the market and fair to the farmers, so that these investments can be viable, so that we can be competitive. Another big opportunity here is in planting. The bananas, 50 tons of banana. We want to get the bananas into the regional market. And the good thing about here is that we can export directly to CARICOM from here. You don't need to transport to Georgetown and all these places. That is why we are pushing so hard to get the regional ferry. Because the regional ferry will operate out of Parika. So that we can have all of these production from these islands integrated into the regional market. So what is it we want to do? Now, first of all, I have asked Ramraj and the Minister of Agriculture, of course, to launch in this community a group of young people and women, the Agricultural Entrepreneurship Innovation Program. We're going to launch that program here. We're going to identify 300 acres of land that we're going to work with you on. Because one of the problems we have with the plantain facility in Parika is that we have inconsistent supply. When the farmers get high price, they sell all out to the market, forget that we have the processing plant. So we want this Agriculture Entrepreneurship Innovation Program to be the prime supplier of that facility. We're going to work with you on the capital investment. Then we want to expand the cassava production. We just got a market in St. Lucia for hot pepper. But we are working with a local company on the processing of pepper also. So we want to create that opportunity. I have Dr. Waltron with me. Come in front. Doing great job also. Put your hands to him for him. Lionel. All these guys doing fantastic work all across this country. But what he's going to come to do also with the Agricultural Entrepreneurship Innovation Program is to get the women trained in beekeeping. We're going to train some women in beekeeping. We're going to give you all the protective gear and facility, and we are going to help you to start honey production here in Bonasika also. We want to create the enabling environment for this food hub. Outside of this, my friends, the last time I came, we had a nice shower. And I think we will have, no, we'll have a light drizzle this morning. Outside of this, the setting up of the facility for the processing of the ginger, the beekeeping, and the integrated 300 acres farm. We are also going to do one more thing. You are well placed for aquaculture production because you have the salted water, the brackish water. Now, there are two things we can do, Sophie. We can look at whether we can do the brackish water shrimp that we do in Region 6, the swamp shrimp, whether we can do the swamp shrimp here, because you know you always go Barbies to buy. And we are going to look as to whether we can do the prawns production here through the Agriculture Entrepreneurship Innovation Program. We're going to bring the banks in to work with us. And we are going to provide all the technical support. But outside of that, within the coming 6 weeks, we are also going to bring the cage farming to your community. Under this Agriculture Entrepreneurship Innovation Program, we are going to bring cage farming to your community. So these are some of the new things that we're going to try. This is a new production system we're going to build as we build out sustainable food ecosystem here. Outside of agriculture, and let me also say that I know that you want a farmer's wharf. Am I right? But you all have some difficulty among yourselves as to where the farmer's wharf should be. So y'all got to resolve that among yourselves. We ain't getting involved in family matter. Y'all trash out your family problem and then tell us where you want this wharf. But don't take too long, because we have to implement this before the end of the year. But we want to do better. If this community can come together, because I know some of y'all has cut wood, right? If you can come together and we can cut the wood and build a wharf from within the community, let us do that so that the money will remain in the community and we can work with you in building the wharf. We can pay you for the material and build a wharf right here. Outside of agriculture, as I said, I'm going to ask Minister Zulfi to ensure that the solar household program, where every household is given one solar system to support some light and a fan and some charging capacity, to ensure that every household in Bonasika get that solar household system within 6 weeks. I know we have already given a reservation, but this program was for every single hinterland and riverine community. Outside of this, we are working now on the launch of the internet hubs, and your community is also listed to have one of those internet hubs within the next 3 months, I would say. And Zulfi will follow up on this too. We will have the internet hub established here so that your teachers can go online and study from right here and become trained teachers. You can use your degrees from right here. You can do your extension services, because by the end of this year, the Ministry of Agriculture have to launch all their extension services and training program online, so that farmers can sign in at any time and get information and get training online. We are now investing in an innovation center through the ECA program that will do continuous education of farmers and that will support farmers. And Dr. Waldron and Ramraj are responsible to ensure that this program come online and that is accessible by farmers in Guyana and in CARICOM, because we are supporting CARICOM also. So my friends, these are important things. The internet hub. My little friend who's going to school in Georgetown, when she is home, she can sign in and get her assignment done. We have to make things accessible. We have to make things easier for the people of our country, wherever they are, however they look, whichever community they are from. That is irrelevant. We are building one Guyana for all Guyanese, every single one. By next week, Wednesday and Thursday, the regional health officer must launch in your community a full service to document all those who require dialysis support here, so you can get the $600,000 voucher from the government. She is going to bring the full Ministry of Health team to do all eye examination for our children, our pensioners, and everyone. And if you require spectacles, we will give you the voucher so you can go and buy that spectacle and you can have your eyes taken care of. And by next week, Thursday, they have to come to your community and do it right here. Within 3 weeks, they have to launch in your community the voucher for the cervical cancer screening program. Because we want the women of our society and our country to proactively have good access to health care. They have to launch that. By next Thursday, the mobile dental team must come to this community. They must come here to deal with our children and the elderly especially. So all those who require, they'll do dental checkup, and all those who require dental work, they will do it right here in your community. Your government is paying for it. Your government is investing in it for you, and they have to deliver it to you. So tomorrow you're starting then.
Tomorrow.
But you're coming here by next Thursday.
Tomorrow. By next Thursday, all this will be done.
But you hear the regional health officer by next Thursday. Not only check up, check up and implement it. These are the things. We are investing for the people. The system must deliver to the people. So today is about listening to you. And I don't want to keep you much longer here. But I want to say to you that you have a government who loves you. A government who cares about you. A government that is committed to you. A government that is committed to you. By next year, you'll see many fair weather friends coming. Many fair weather friends. If all of them pay the right taxes they're supposed to pay, it will be a different scenario. Don't be carried away. We had a period from 2011 to 2020. Minority government and us in opposition. 10 years you were basically without us. Because everything we proposed in the minority government was blocked by the APNU AFC. So they were actually in power for 10 years. We don't think about it that way. But you think about it. They controlled the system that blocked development for 5 years, and then they were in government for 5 years. And you know who you can trust and who you cannot trust. I thank you for your support, and God bless all of you.
Thank you, His Excellency. Before we open the floor for any question, I'll call upon Mr. Puran. Okay, I was asked by Regional Chairman to say Pastor Puran.
Good morning, everyone, President and the entire team. We are so happy to have you with us this morning, and we are very thankful to you for listening to us when you were in opposition and for delivering to us after you became president of our beautiful country. I, on behalf of the people of Bonasika, want to take this opportunity this morning to thank the government, the NDIA, Minister of Agriculture, our health officers for doing such a wonderful work in our community. We have seen our community move from one stage to another stage. In 3 years, we have a transformation in every sector in our area. Our farmers are benefiting tremendously. Our farmers are very happy with the drainage that we have received. Some might complain, but we overall, we are tremendously thankful to this government for supporting us as farmers and for being there for us. I want to say this morning that we are also very grateful for all the initiative that our president just outlined that is going to take place in this community. And I hope that our people from this area and this community is going to grab hold of those opportunities. I also want to say that we are going to continue to support the PPP civic government and we are going to continue to be there for you because we know. And like I said the last time, is that we did not have visits from any government officers for a long period of time until our president, who is president now, he was then opposition, came and visit. So we are very grateful for all the initiative. At the same time, with all that our president just outlined, there is just two other things I want to ask for this morning, if it's possible. One is that I heard him mention well being drilled at the lower Bonasika, but I would also like to see a well put down at the upper Bonasika primary school to supply water for our children, because the creek water can be contaminated. So I am going to be very happy.
How many households we have in upper Bonasika?
Majority.
No, how many households, man? It's a majority.
It's about 70, sir.
70?
60.
Huh?
61.
61. And lower Bonasika? 85. And in the reservation?
36.
36. And you all have black tanks?
No.
So we're going to try to help, because the well drilling equipment is very difficult to get now, everybody. So what we will do in the meantime, we will send in a black tank for every household to support you in capturing rainwater. Okay?
Thanks very much. And then the second thing I want to ask is for our station to be rehabilitated. The police station is down for a number of months now, and we would like to see that up and going again, where security is one of the primary need in the community, and so we can have that going. We also, as a people, want to say that we are so grateful for everything that you have done for us, and we want to say thank you once again. God bless you.
Okay, at this time, thank you, Pastor Puran. Sorry. At this time, we open the floor for any question.
Any concern?
Just come over this side to me.
Look with that.
Good morning, everyone. I'm happy to have you here, Mr. President, and his team. I want to say thank you for everything that you have done for our community. But there's one problem that our community facing. Our house is close to the river. The erosion with the boat keep breaking to catch actually 3/4 of the population of the house in Bonasika. I know what you could do for us. We will the embankment.
Erosion?
Yeah, like what the boat pass and eat out the wall in. And they see the fence we need to. Thank you.
Special good morning, and our most honorable president. You're an amazing human being. Absolutely amazing. All Guyanese are privileged to have a president like you. I tell you something, you're not a politician, you're a people president. You're a nation builder. That's who you are. And we are grateful and thankful to God for you. If our constitution could allow you to stay, and that's true, absolutely true. But I do hope.
Thank you. You're very kind, Uncle.
I do hope that after you've been from office the next term, that you will consider to return back, if it is possible. Because what you're doing...
I will continue to serve you and my country in different capacities.
Thanks. Because what you are doing is amazing in this nation. This nation has been transformed in every single sector. Every single sector. What blind minds cannot see, blind minds thine eyes can see what you're doing. I want to say thanks to our wonderful agriculture minister. He's an amazing human being too. Everywhere he goes, he makes people's life better. And that's a fact. That's so true. Absolutely true. Most Honorable President, I know your heartbeat is agriculture. The land will be forever. Oil will finish. And everything else will finish, but the land will remain. We are placed in Guyana here as a nation in a blessed position. I want to say also thanks to Mr. Lal. Thank you, Mr. Lal, publicly. Where is he?
Lal is doing a good job in this region.
An excellent job. Thanks.
I have harassed him a lot.
Thanks. Yeah. Also, Mr. Norman, where is he? This guy's soul and heart is in Bonasika. That's so true. He saw the potential of Bonasika, and we are grateful for him. We are grateful for all of your teams that are here this morning. I don't have a question because I cannot question anything that you are doing. Nothing can I question. But what I have is a proposal. Bonasika is predominant an agriculture community. And I'm so grateful and thankful to hear this morning what will be happening in Bonasika to make every lives far way better, not only for this generation, but for the generation to come. And it will be. Guyana can only become better with you. And our entire government can only become better. And we are thankful for that. The proposal is this, where agriculture is concerned. We have an agricultural group in Bonasika here that is 100 and I think over 20 members strong. Powerful group. And we are thankful for that. Very much thankful. Now, this agricultural group in Bonasika, whenever we hold our annual meetings, we have to borrow the upper end health facilities. We have to borrow it. There is also 2 acres of land that has already been located for this group to put whatever facility they want to put on it. I personally has given that to them.
How many acres?
2 acres. Now I am requesting that on that land we do a multi-facility building, a multi-purpose building. And I'll share why we want that building as a multi-purpose building. 1, for a meeting like this, a public meeting, that building can be used for public use, like this. 2, that building will be a building also where the farmers can hold their annual meetings. 3, that building also, part of it can be used to store everything that the farmers need and supply the farmers from that building.
Where is it, Wake? Is it in a central location?
Central location, not far from here, stone throw from here. Yeah. So
let me just ask a question.
yeah.
Do you think this is a good location for us to put the ginger facility?
I can give more land if it's needed for that.
Residents. We all agree this is a central location that Uncle talking about? Let me put your hands up if you all agree. I want to see everybody in this. Good, okay. So Uncle,
Yeah.
we'll come, I'll ask Sulfi to talk to you.
Yeah.
If you can give more.
Yeah.
You have any sporting facility in Bonasika?
Not one, not one.
So
That was one of the issues. Sorry.
Here's what we're going to do. We'll take 3 acres. Ramraj, we'll put this facility for the ginger there.
Okay.
We can put a bond for farmers to use because you have a problem with storage.
Exactly.
So we put a bond. we develop a ground, basic ground with a pavilion, and then you can use the pavilion for weekend.
Yeah.
Let's start with that.
Okay, thanks.
Right? And right here we can put a little outpost to the police.
Also, there one more proposal.
Containerized office.
One more proposal that I'd like to make on behalf of the farmers of Bonasika.
So they're going to come and talk to you about that, right, Chairman? You and
Yeah.
Ario, and we'll work with Ramraj with agriculture, right? And we'll talk to them about that.
Since your heartbeat is on agriculture, Bonasika, we have thousands upon thousands of acres of land that we cannot afford to cultivate the way we are doing cultivation. We cannot. Because the way we are doing it, we have to wait on the sun. Fell the vegetation, get it dry, burn it, and then do our farming. We have to do farming in a more scientific way. The time is changing. And so what we are requesting on behalf of this agricultural group in Bonasika, a tractor. For this year alone, we can put, if the 120-something farmers, if we can put 5 or 10 acres prepared for farmers, we'll have over 1,000 acres that we can produce things from. So we're...
And all you need to help is a tractor?
Tractor, chipper, and a plow.
We will work on that.
But by the way, Honorable President, I can produce the plow and I can produce a chipper. I have a 16-blade chipper in Bonasika and I have a 3-dish plow to help the farmers. And later on, we'll think about an excavator to clear the land. Honorable President and our Agriculture Minister and your team, I want to take this opportunity to say a hearty thank you for what you're doing for us in Bonasika and throughout the length and breadth of Guyana. May God bless you and your family and bless the PPP civic government. We can only get better. God bless.
Good morning, everyone. We welcome Mr. President to Bonasika Creek. I have 2 requests to make this morning. The one, we would like the President if we can make a secondary school at Murshi for the Riverine Committee, that the children them don't have to go to no dorm or nowhere from Bonasika to Hag Island or all the island to Murshi secondary school. So we would like that request to make. The second request I would like to make, if we can get an excavator to clean 3 acres of land for each farmer. And you will get more production and more everything to satisfy the need of the government, what they need. So that's my 2 requests. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I must say a special thanks. I think I can say clearly that this is the first time we are being visited by a president. And this is the first time. I'm over 50, and to my knowledge, this is the first time. So I want to say thanks, and thanks very much. I have one concern, and I think the president knows about my concern. If he look at me carefully, he knows about my concern. So I'm asking this day that he can look about my concern. Market for limes. Market for limes.
Remember me, you carry container?
When me both pass with lime, the whole Bonasika, then getting fever, corona. Everybody getting sick because they don't know the market full. So, I want to say thanks.
So what I'm going to do, I did tell you you're going to work directly with them, right? And we also, let's look at the lime oil, the facility you're talking about. They'll work with you on this.
Yeah,
I know, this man produce real lime, trust me. When I see this man produce lime, I get fever myself. Let me give you a story. This is about, I may say about maybe more than 12 years ago, 13 years ago.
Wrong.
I met him, and when I see the amount of lime, I said, this is good business, fine. Let me try to send your lime to Trinidad. We sent a container, and the container left on the wharf to rot because they didn't allow the lime in. So I know firsthand the sacrifices.
Problem exists.
The sacrifices that he made. So and he's committed himself and stuck with it. Give him a round. But matter of fact, let me see something. Let me just check something. My number ain't changed, by the way, since you know me. Is your number still 6640550?
That's right. That's right.
See how the man show like man.
So, hopefully.
You see, 12 years ago and I still have your number.
I still have yours. Yeah, well, all the good works, I must say thanks. I must say thanks to you and your team for what you have done for us. And we are expecting greater things to happen. So, once again, thanks. 55 years I'm in. First time the president visit Bonasika. No other president I never can remember visit Bonasika. So I can clearly see that you have a part to play in Bonasika. Not now, but over the years because of the transformation that takes place. So, and the biggest one for me is when the market is being booked. Thanks for your visit.
Good morning, Comrade President and your team. First of all, I must say a special welcome from myself and the people of Bonasika Creek.
Man, look like he dressed up to go Kangan, eh?
Comrade President,
I like
we the people of Bonasika is very thankful for your drainage and irrigation that you did for us. But we encountering a serious problem. Seeing that the people of Bonasika enter deep into the land, the people from Lanabali is invaded the people of Bonasika backland. I discussed it with the head for lands and survey, and they told me that when it have a meeting with the minister, I must discuss it with them. So today is the right day. I am fortunate to see the minister and the president in front of me here. So what I am requesting, the people of Bonasika deserve a boundary between Bonasika and Lanabali. So it's either you get a push road or a retrench so that we mustn't get problem, because this is a serious problem start presently now. Because the years ago, nobody never go down far down in the land. But now that they are going down in the land, they find what is going at the back.
There's a consequence of the development.
Yeah. Right, sir. So I am asking for a boundary, and I must say a special thanks to you and your team again for what you all are doing in Bonasika Creek. And I know you're a good dancer, so So before you leave, I want to do a song for you, right?
You can do the song now, you
want to do it now? All right, good.
Dress for this song.
Now I see why you dress up.
All right, listen to me. Me Bonasika, you Guyana, Land of many water with 6 races, so pleased to have Irfan Ali as the leader. Come on, boy. Me, Bonasika, you, Guyana. Land of many water with 6 races, so pleased to have Irfan Ali as the leader. In our water, she gave us her food. Banga Mary Hassa, Shrimps and Gilbaka. On our land, the nation calling out, Irfan Ali, the one, the only one. Irfan Ali is the one to bring the estate back. Irfan Ali is the only one to keep Guyana on track. Me, Bonasika, you, Guyana. Land of many water with 6 races, so pleased to have Irfan Ali as the leader. Irfan Ali is a man of personality. Irfan Ali is a man has great quality. Irfan Ali is the man to bring the farm industry back. Irfan Ali is the only one to keep the border dispute on track. Irfan Ali is the one to bring the farm industry back. Irfan Ali is the only one to keep the border dispute on track. Thank you, sir.
I hope y'all cook this down, right? So
All right. Good morning, everyone. Once again, thank you, Mr. President. Well, all what I have in mind is already said by the people. Our development for the excavator, the tractor, and etc. That's what they say about the tower, and so forth. So all of that is already mentioned. So I'm here to thank you and your team, Mr. President. I am the representative for the Farmers Co-op in Bonasika here. I'm happy to see you, my brother. You did so much, you and your team. And under your administration, our agriculture minister, he's such a great man to do such great work for the entire country. Thank you.
Thank you.
A pleasant good morning to each and every one. A pleasant good morning also to our dear President. Today, I think, and all the teams that are here, especially our commander and so on from Lenora, congratulations to you guys. Today, I am so happy. I am the Vice Chairperson for the Farmers Co-op Cooperative Society in Bonasika Creek. Today we have gained victory. We have seen our dear President back in our community. I am so thankful and grateful for that. One of my issues I have here, Mr. President, concerning licensed firearm for our dear farmers in this community. I know that all the farmers cannot get a license for protecting a farm from wild animals and birds. Mr. President, when I leave Guyana 2016, I have 2 acres of cassava already planted. When I came back, I didn't get a cassava to eat because wild hog destroyed all the cassava. I planted again, they continuously doing it.
I know, because I know how the islands are.
Yeah.
So you need some shotguns for the farming group.
Yes,
right?
sir.
So we can do it as a group?
Yes, sir.
About 5, right?
Yes, sir.
So Deputy Commissioner of Operations, Budram, will work with you in the farming group to have this settled within 2 to 3 weeks, okay? I know this issue, okay?
So this is a third application I do from Lenora.
He's gonna sit down with you guys.
So, yeah, thank you so much.
Okay.
And welcome again to each and every one that are present here. Thank you so much.
Good morning, Mr. President. We got an issue today that this upper land, how much time we don't run at lands and survey? We don't spend over 60 or 70,000.
That's for what, lease?
No, we ain't got a lease yet.
So, why are you running? Why?
Well, they got me to tell me that the paper got to go up at the Georgetown and come down at the head office. We run to land.
You apply for land?
Yeah, me do apply since 2000. We take out the land.
take all the information with all those who apply. All those who apply, go to Dwayne. Go to
And
Dwayne.
one man fight 4 persons for the land.
Okay.
One man.
Give the guy information there.
Behind you. Even when me farm, even that funny, you come on and fight.
Okay, give the guy information.
Anyone else?
Anybody who have personal issues and private issue, go to the same guy and give him your information. You have NIS issue, you have any health issue you want us to look in for you, you have any pension issue you want us to look into for you, right? Where your old age pension, you get paid right in here? Huh? So you prefer to be paid right in here? You want to be paid at Parica? All right, Parica is okay, good, okay.
Good morning, everybody. The Honorable President, Honorable Minister of Agriculture, everybody across the table. I would just have one request. We just need a signboard for the community so people could see that this is Bonasika.
The RDC can do that easily, man. How are you?
That's all I'm asking. Thank you.
Anyone else? Community issues?
All right. All right. No.
So we'll take this last one then.
Special good morning to everyone. His Excellency, President Dr. Mohamed Irfanal and his entire team. On behalf of the residents of Lower Bonasika, the reservation, we are having a serious problem with our village leader. For the past 10 years, he's been there, and we as the residents there has been kept like in the dark. Even though we know that the government is doing so much for Amerindians, we there has been left behind. And I would like you and your team to please intervene and look into the situation, and please help us. Once again, I must say thank you for all that you have done for every one of us in Bonasika. Thank you very much.
Okay, the region is going to come in to talk to you guys about that. So let's agree, right? The chairman is going to come in to deal with that. So what we've agreed on is that we have the medical teams that will come in. We have the internet hub we spoke about. You guys will agree on where you want to put the wharf, and we'll do that as a community project. We have the internet hub, the solar panel per household, the black tank per household. We're going to look at the multi-purpose facility, the land that the uncle is giving. We're going to look at, now we did the drainage for about 348 farmers. So we're going to try to see if we can help you with clearing your land. If not 3 acres, 2 acres each to start with. Right? We're going to look at the, we're going to look at, we're going to get you the tractor and trailer. We're going to look at that, the Farmers Association and license issue. Of course, we talk about the honey. We talk about the creation of the Agricultural Entrepreneurship Innovation Group here, having 300 acres set aside for an integrated farm. We talk about the marine cage, the processing facility for ginger, and the possibility of setting up the aquaculture project. So those are the things we talk about. All right? I miss anything? And we'll look at the cricket ground. Of course, before we leave, we're going to hand over to you. I think we brought we brought 3 tillers and some hand tools. That is to start the agricultural entrepreneurship program. And we brought a lot of seeds. What kind of seeds?
Mostly watermelon, right?
Mix. How much seed we brought?
Like 3 kids.
Huh?
80 pounds. 80 pounds.
We brought 80 pounds of seeds. We brought some sporting equipment. So while you're walking on the ground, you can knock up in the socks by the time. All right. Thank you very much, comrades. And thank you for coming out so early.
Just so for a while, At this time, I just want to say a special thank you to the Honorable, to the Excellencies President, the Honorable Minister of Agriculture, Minister of Local Government, and the regional team to be here with us, and you as a resident.
Everything good, right? We just start going.
Yeah. Everything is good at this meeting.
Clip it.